Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. According to the global management consulting firm McKinsey & Co., healthcare continues to outperform other industries in female representation at all levels of the talent pipeline. Tomorrow, of course, is International Women's Day, and Dr. Sheena Antonio-Collie, Chief Medical Officer of Doctors Hospital and Medical Director of Doctors Hospital West, joins us to talk about roles for women in healthcare. Dr. Collie, good morning, and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Good morning. Good to be here.
Always a pleasure to have you with us. We always learn so much whenever you come on to share. And today we get to talk more about your personal journey, which I think is always inspiring when you get to learn kind of the biographies behind the people that we see taking charge, leading the way in different areas of our community. And so today we get started by asking you, how did you get into healthcare? What was the start for you? And was this career always an option that you thought that you would pursue?
Well, thank you for that. So I actually decided to become a doctor when I was 6 years old. I grew up in Freeport, Grand Bahama. And back in the day, Freeport was a heavily expat city. And so I used to go to the doctor, and those in Grand Bahama would remember the Antoni Clinic. I used to call it my clinic. And the doctor there was a female doctor. She was an expat doctor, Dr. Horsfall. People would remember her. And I thought that was amazing. It was the first time I saw a female doctor. So I decided I would be the first female Bahamian doctor. But of course, somebody beat me to that. But it inspired me to become a physician, just having that experience.
That is so exciting. And of course, good morning to all of our Grand Bahama peeps. I heard you say Dr. Hospital, and I could only smile. Unfortunately, we lost her just before the pandemic, but many people in Grand Bahama for generations, of course, we know Dr. Hospital incredibly well. So it's exciting. And it's a reminder for those watching the show that children's dreams can start out so early, right? And that
Absolutely.
you can know what your chosen path is, even as early as 6 years old. So the theme of this year's International Women's Day, and it's been consistent pretty much for the past a few years, is hashtag Break the Bias. What are some biases you've witnessed about women in healthcare, especially in our Caribbean region?
So, as you mentioned before, healthcare has outpaced many of the other industries when it comes to representation. However, in leadership and in some specialties in medicine, it is still lagging. For instance, we have very, very few female surgeons in the Bahamas and yet as well as in the region. That area is still well underrepresented, and it's very male oriented. Thank God we do have some pioneers and people who have broken that glass ceiling. However, it continues to be an issue, as well as in healthcare executives. There are very few in this part of the world in terms of having other C-suite people in healthcare that are women. So definitely that continues to be a challenge, and we continue to work towards getting to breaking that bias as well too.
Yeah, well, we congratulate you on being one of the few to break the bias, especially in the region. That is a very big deal. And of course, it's up to us, women who do break biases and shatter ceilings, to make sure that, of course, we're helping people to come along. I'm sure at Doctors Hospital, you all are being very intentional about that. You're intentional about most things. So how have you been seeing women progress in healthcare, and what is the standard that you all have set at Doctors Hospital Health Services?
Well, at Doctors Hospital Health Services, we definitely encourage all of our staff to participate and to grow. And when it comes to women in healthcare, in the health system, they definitely have a seat at the table on every level. We have women on the board, we have women in the C-suite, in the executive, in the management, etc. So we are definitely doing our best and doing our part to break that bias. I think that we're going to continue to do that, bring women to the table because of all of what we bring, innovation, creativity, empathy that comes along with having us, having that, double X chromosome to do what we need to do to get things done We are natural leaders in general, I guess, once again, because of the estrogen and the double X chromosome. And we really have something to say, and we have a part to play in many industries that are underrepresented right now.
Yeah, well, excellent and very well said. And of course, loving to hear women at all levels, including the board level. It really is, it matters, right? Because the perception of women is just going to be different. The understanding of roles in the world, the experiences, and when you're treating patients who look like you, it just makes sense that you would have some people that understand maybe some different dynamics. And so it's phenomenal to hear that you all are doing that. Are there any other roles at Doctor's Hospital Health Services that we should be aware of that women occupy other than what you previously mentioned?
So definitely, like I said, we have women at every level in medicine itself. We have women who are chairmen of committees, who lead departments, whether those departments are the internal medicine department, family practice, and these are leaders. Most recently, we celebrated National Physician Women's Day, and we were able to honor Dr. Mildred Hall Watson, who was a pioneer in the field of obstetrics and gynecology, as well as a community leader, a political leader. And so we were very pleased to do that. And one of the things as a woman physician, our theme was, it's doctor actually, because we tend to get biases from all levels, including patients, who you walk in a room and automatically you're not the doctor, but your junior next to you, who's male, is the doctor. Mm-hmm. So we continue to encourage women in medicine as well too, to keep going, despite the fact that it is a very male-oriented industry.
Yeah. Well, we do have to leave now, Dr. Antonio-Collie. I feel like we never have enough time. But before we go, just let us know, is there any final words that you want to leave with anyone, a young girl excelling in biochemistry right now, someone sick like you with dreams of being a doctor? Let us know any final words that you have for those young women who are still coming up in the field.
Continue to hold on to your dreams, be diligent, pursue it, keep going after it, and don't let anything discourage you. You be the holder of your dream.
I love that. And we can all take that, whether we're into medicine or not, right? You be the holder of your dream. It really comes down to you. We thank you so much for joining us this morning, Dr. Collie. Congratulations to you and to all the other women physicians and those just on the medical staff that continue to break the bias wherever they go. We appreciate you joining us this morning.
Thank you.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.